You reached Christian's Kitchen. I'm Christian. So you get off work late and you have to get home and you have to try to make something quick, simple, and easy. I've got just the thing. Tuna Melts. What you're going to have to start with is 1 can of tuna in fresh water, of course. I don't like to use the stuff in the oil. I don't know, it kind of creeps me out a little bit. So you're going to start with 1 can of tuna, albacore, of course. Now, I got the bigger can. I'm feeding myself and David, and I eat a lot, so definitely want to make use of a big can. Or you can get 2 small ones, however you prefer. Okay, after you got all the tuna in there, make sure I like to break it up. Some people like chunky tuna. I like to break it up. I really like to get it at least, I don't know. I find that when I break it up a lot, it's a thinner consistency. It's not those big chunks of it. It kind of creeps me out when I chew into that stuff. So I like to really break it down. So, all right. Then, as you can see, my mise en place is completely all laid out for you. Quick, easy. That's our key word for tonight. So anyways, I'm going to start with some Miracle Whip. I like to use Miracle Whip versus mayonnaise. My mom always brought me up on a certain recipe for tuna salad and chicken salad. I kind of go by that, but I just add a couple things every now and then. Anyways, for the Miracle Whip, it's really by the eye. It's however much you want to, you may like it more creamy than others. I love it that way. David, I know, doesn't. So I like to use about either 3 or 4 good tablespoons. I mean, it's Miracle Whip. I love the flavor, so I don't think it'll hurt. Stir that all in. Try to even that all out. To a nice, creamy consistency, which is what I love, but, it depends who you're cooking for, what their likes and dislikes are, so. All right, then the next special, most key ingredient is some sweet onion. You can do sweet onion, shallots, green onions, the long stem green onions, whatever you prefer. I like sweet onion. I think overnight, the flavor, if you keep this in the fridge, is amazing. So we're gonna do a little bit of sweet onion, not too much, as David would say, so we're not gonna do too much this time. But if it was just me, I'd be living it up with a sweet onion because it tastes amazing. Maybe we'll put a little bit more in. All right, now after the sweet onion, I really like to give it some type of flavor. This is plain, simple, you can just leave it how it is. I like to just add just a little something into it. So I've really discovered rosemary leaves are amazing. It's not too potent of a flavor, but it's just right, I feel. So I just break off all the rosemary leaves. I try to look for a thicker stemmed rosemary leaf, but however much you want is, I guess, how big of a stem that you get, so whatever. I'm not going to use the whole stem because I only used 1 can, so just going to look and see how much. That looks about right. Don't want to be too overpowering. And it honestly would be best if you let this sit overnight. The flavors really just do something to it. They just come together and it's just amazing. But if you're in a hurry like I am tonight, looks like this is all you're gonna get. All right, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna add just a little, probably about a ½ teaspoon of fresh ground pepper. A little bit of some sea salt, maybe 2 turns, however or 2 shakes, however your dispensary of salt is. I use about 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. Just to get, I'm in love with garlic, so I don't know. I think everything that I make has garlic in it, some sort of garlic. Right. Give it a taste. Probably a little bit more garlic. I love garlic. Something about garlic. I mean, doesn't do too well with David, but I just love garlic. It's just amazing. And hey, I'm the cook. If you don't know what I'm making, make it yourself. That's what I say. Okay. All right, that's about done. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in the refrigerator so it'll stay cool while we do everything else. All right, let's find some room.